What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the Apex Wiffle Ball YouTube channel, and we're back at it with a top 10 players of 2022. And in today's video, we got number 4. The number 4 player in Apex Wiffle Ball was Chase Klingman of the Gentlemen. Now, we're going to go into some stats. He did lead a lot of heading stats, but despite him having high numbers, we're going to go over why he wasn't in the top 3, but we're also going to go over why he was number 4 and not any lower. So let's get started. So Chase played in 7 games and went 12 for 26 up at the plate with 30 plate appearances. And he was tied for 4th in the league for hitting. He posted 6 home runs, all in the regular season. He led the regular season in home runs, but overall tied for 1st. He had 17 RBIs, which was 2nd place, a 4.62 average, which was 4th. He only drew 4 walks, which that's tied for 13th. He had a 5.33 OBP, which was 9th. So he posted very, very good hitting stats, exceptional hitting stats. There's a reason why Chase won a Cy Young, not a Cy Young, a Silver Slugger. Anyhow, he didn't really pitch that much. He didn't pitch enough to where he was able to be considered for Cy Young, mainly because you need to have a certain amount of appearances to be considered for Cy Young, and Chase only made 2 appearances. One of them, which was against the Barnyard, where he did throw a complete game no-hitter and only drew, I think, 1 or 2 walks. And then the other one was in the playoffs when he went up against me and I hit a home run off him. So Chase's overall pitching stats was 2 appearances, one shutout, 1 complete game, 1 no-hitter, a 1-0 record with 3.67 innings pitched, gave up an earned run, and overall, because of the no-hitter and because of the 1 earned run he gave up, he had a 0.82 ERA. He struck out 8 batters, gave up 2 hits, 4 walks, and had a 1.636 whip. His fielding was flawless because he did get a solid amount of opportunities in the field. He had 6 opportunities in the field and did have a 1,000 fielding percentage with an even 3 putouts, 3 assists. So Chase had a very solid season. We're going to go over why he wasn't any higher, because a lot of people are probably going to say, why wasn't he any higher when he was within the top 10 of every major hitting category? Well, here's why. Chase definitely stat padded against the Barnyard. Now, I get it. It's anyone's game. But the thing is, there was no consistency after his stuff with the Barnyard. Now, when he faced the 919 Punishers, where he did face AP in 4 of the 5 games he played in against the 919 Punishers, who AP was a very solid pitcher, especially in that time. In 5 games, he only had 3 hits, and he had 12 on the whole season. So he had more hits in 2 games than he did in 5. He went 3 for 11 against the 919 Punishers with 13 plate appearances, so he only drew 2 walks. And he hit 1 home run, got 2 RBIs, and he actually struck out 6 times of the 7 he was on the season. And against the 919 Punishers, he only had a 273 batting average and a 385 OBP. Now, yet again, I'm not saying that's terrible, but there's definitely a big difference between his stats against the 919 Punishers and his stats against the Barnyard. However, yes, he did have a very exceptional hitting performance against the Barnyard, and he definitely showed against the 919 Punishers in those 3 hits that, he is ready to play. He had an RBI with the home run, then he had an RBI in the playoffs. So that's why Chase is placed at number 4. He was one of our Silver Sluggers and was actually 2nd place for regular season MVP, because playoffs are not implicated towards the MVP stats. Next year they will, though. Next year they definitely will, like the first year, because of how short the season is. But honestly, I think the main thing with Chase is he just needs to play a full season. But the reason why he's number 4, not any lower, was because he did have a very exceptional hitting performance. And there were other players that went up against the Barnyard. I know Ryan Watson, Trent Warren, and Brendan Patience, who were the three behind him, and Shane Volpez. So the four that were behind him didn't face the Barnyard. But Matthew Hensel and Lincoln Hogan did. And many other players did play the Barnyard and didn't have as good of a performance. So Chase just had an all-time performance. Yet again, it just so happens that the consistency wasn't there. But honestly, Chase definitely does deserve number 4, and we'll see what happens with him in the future of Apex Wiffle Ball. So congratulations to Chase on being the number 4 player in Apex Wiffle.